Hi everyone, I'm Alex from Magna System Engineering. So I'm actually working with the network optimizations, operations and planning team. So thank you so much, Rohit, for joining today's short demo session.
Thank you, Alex. I'm Rohit from TechWorks. So today we're going to be talking about AI-powered analytics software for telecom operators. The idea is that the software can give you intelligent and real-time insights into the network performance, congestions, optimizations with natural language queries. Our platform can ingest diverse telecom data, which can be performance, alarms, fault logs, tickets, and it enables the users to interact through simple questions. The AI doesn't just retrieve the data, it reasons, it identifies the root causes, and it provides actionable recommendations using embedded expert logic. So we have trained it using network data and analytics so that it can give intelligent answers and insights into what's going on. For this demo, the data that we have ingested is from Philippines because that was available to us for the demo. So we can start there. So Alex, you can start with some questions and I can try to see if AI can answer those.
Sure. That sounds great, Rohit. This is totally aligned with the latest AI trending today. So let's begin now. So my first question is, where can we see the congested area in Philippines on April 7, 2025?
Sure. So over here, as you can see on the screen, this is the AI neural network. It says it's ready to answer questions. So it's almost like anything else you've seen. You just asked me about the congested areas on a date. So I will
April
just put
7.
it here in yeah, and see if we can get the answers. So this AI has already ingested all the data, historical data from the Philippines, the cell phone towers in the different areas. So as you can see, on April 7, 2025, the congested area in Philippines were observed in the following location: Calamba, Lipo, and I apologize if my pronunciation is not correct, Batangas, and different places. And it will tell us which sites were affected and what is the percentage of congestion. So you can see the first site, Cavite or Chevy, whatever is the right way to pronounce it. We have 40% of the times that congestion has occurred, and there's 160 congestion appliances. And these are the affected sites. And then the other sites are identified. And you can see the reference. So the reference is coming from real-time analytical information that we have on cell phone towers. So that's an example of basically asking a question and getting actionable insights. So we can proceed with other questions if you have.
Sure. Wow, that's really nice. I do have next question. So probably can you help me with which cell is actually serving base station BS122? And is there any performance management degradations, any alarm or any tickets created for this particular site, please?
Okay. Sure, absolutely. Let me ask this, which is, so we'll ask which cell is serving that base station BS1221 so that
Mm-hmm.
we figure out which cell it is and is there any alarms, tickets. And what's happening now is AI is actually going through all the analytical data, including the tickets and alarms, and it's going to try to correlate all of that. So it will say that it formed the cell, which is LT103 sector 1, but there's no degradation or alarms or tickets created for this cell in the provided data that we have. We get the answer, and luckily right now, this particular cell is doing quite well.
Okay, that sounds great. So I believe that we will probably see more tickets for those problematic sites. So probably let's explore the next questions. Probably we can
Yes.
focus on optimizations. So can you probably analyze the sector
Uh-huh.
utilization and also recommend the sales split candidates, please?
Sure. Let's get that to the AI as well. So in this case, this is a little bit more complex because we are asking the AI to do an analysis. So this gets into the reasoning part of our demo. And not only would it look at the data and reason, but it will also come up with some recommendations of cell split candidates, if there is any. So let's see. Right now it's thinking. I asked the question. So it took a little bit longer because it did a full analysis. And you can
Wow.
see we get a full report. So based on so it did a RAM KPI analysis report, basically, and it analyzed sector utilizations and potential candidates for cell splitting by examining traffic loads, high drop rates, handover success rates. So you can see, I'm not going to read the whole report, but it identified the high traffic cells, which is LT1004, and sector 3, which has a significant drop rate of 0.72% with high voltage drops of 0.66. And then it identified sectors with high drop rates greater than zero point 0.5, then handover success rates. It can find exactly, but it says the traffic load suggests potential congestion in sector 103, where lowest 4G intra-frequency handover success rate, indicating the users may be struggling during handover events. And these are the cell split candidates. So it's based on the analysis LTE 104, 1001 sector 3,
Mm.
106. And you see, it will give the reason. And it says, for example, 128, 278 gigabytes indicates heavily utilized, which could be mitigated by splitting the sector to reduce the load. High drop rates for this one, persistent drop rates for this one. And then this one is similar to 1003, has a high drop rate of 0.54. So you can see the reasoning is almost like a human, and it's different reasons. It's not one reason. One has a high data use, other one has a drop rate, and then it gives a conclusion. So you can get this report, you can agree with it, you can disagree with it, but at least it gives you reasons also. And it did the full analysis just like a human. And maybe you want to do some of this, maybe all of this. You can download this report to your computer. You can copy it. So you can copy it from here and you can email it to somebody if you want. So it can be done.
Wow, man, this is really fantastic. I can't really think of that AI really can produce such amazing and such detailed informations. Okay, probably I want to explore
So
something like predictive one. So can the AI actually predict the RRC connection drop call, the drop search using the historical data? Is that possible?
yeah, that's a tough one. We don't have any specific RRC connection drop surges, but let's see. I will put that
Hmm.
to the AI. And maybe the answer will be more nuanced in this case, I think, because I
Hmm.
did not give it the RRC trends, but let's see. Yeah, so it says the RAN KPI doesn't specifically mention drop surges. However, it does provide current drop rates for various sectors, indicating potential issues. For example, this one with a drop rate and similar trends. So historical data is not provided. So specific trends cannot be assessed based on the given documents. Now, there's two things I want to point out here. Number one, it did give me some suggestions. Number two is just like a human, when the data is not there, it will actually not give you false answer. So it will not hallucinate, right? So this is a
Makes sense.
problem with AI, that it will always make up an answer. So you can see in our case, the AI is very grounded. It says what data is available. Based on that, it gave a recommendation, but it also says, hey, I would need more data. If you give me more historical data, I can answer the question better. This one is actually, in a way, very good because you do want the AI recommendation to be trustworthy. And for you to trust it, you need to know that it is giving the answers based on data and not just making up the answers like fake answers.
Amazing. That's really amazing. I do have a final question before we wrap up the session. Are there any surprising correlations in the data? Can we try to analyze it by using AI, please?
Yeah. Sorry, this is a yeah, let's see. I don't know. I don't want to speculate on this one, but let's see if it can find any correlations with the data. But this is something it's very good at. And humans, as if I ask this question to human, they will really struggle because to do
Mm. Wow.
correlations, you really have to do a lot of calculations with data. So it says, yeah, there are surprising correlations. High drop rates and low handover success. There is a notable correlation between high drop rates and low handover success rates in specific cells. For example, LT01 sector 3 and 1009 sector 1 has a drop rate corresponding to low handover success rate of this. So this suggests that when the drop rates increase, the efficiency of handovers may decrease, impacting overall service quality. There is high traffic and congestion we know this in Colombo. There is a high incidence of congestion, 160, alongside high traffic volume indicators. So this shows a significant correlation between high traffic and congestion indicators, such as high connected users, high drop rates, suggesting that congestion is exacerbated, sorry for my English, by increased users and traffic. Availability versus drop rates has a low availability experiencing a high number of high drop rates. Correlation indicates low availability might be leading to higher drop rates, which is somewhat counterintuitive, as one might expect better availability to correlate with lower drop rates. And then signal quality versus performance metrics, despite all cells reporting fair to good quality signals, CQI greater than 10. significant performance issues are still observed in specific cells. That suggests that good signal quality alone does not guarantee optimal performance metrics and indicating underlying issues affecting service. So these correlations highlight potential area for further investigation to improve network performance. So as you can see, it came up with a bunch of correlations. Some of them are very surprising, and it actually pointed out the cell towers, and we can go deeper and deeper into it. You can see the power of AI here. We can do analysis, we can reason, we can try get predictive analytics, and we can then find interesting correlations that we can study further, and we can study that further using AI also. So hopefully this is a quick demo to show what AI can do in the case we give it and train it properly with on the operations data for cell towers.
Okay, awesome, Rohit. I really think this is really a solid walkthrough. And in my opinion, I think the AI not only answer the queries, but it also give us the context and also next step. That's really valuable. Thank you so much, Rohit. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alex. And hopefully this demo will be useful to you and others watching. Thank you again. Bye.
Yep. Bye.